I think. 2 days after St. Patrick's Day. And as you can see, there's still snow on the ground. But I decided to take the plunge and get my first day of cycling in. Regretting it a little bit. My hands are kind of cold, but it is exhilarating. Most of the paths are pretty ice-free, but yeah, it's fun. Just wanted to show a little bit of what I have to contend with. So you can see there's a fair amount of ice, and usually when I'm coming up to a patch of ice, I'll kind of slow down, kind of take a look at it, see what's rough, and if it is rough, I might actually avoid those sections and try to go for the smoothest area, just because of course when it's rough it might actually shove the tires around, so you either have to be prepared for that or just kind of avoid it. And then of course when you're on the ice, just kind of keep calm. Try not to push the tires too much, because again they'll just kind of spin, make you spin out. But yeah, generally not too bad. Let's go. And I've got to stop before I drop the camera. Another update. So, yeah, the mosque, of course they did get the tops finished up, and they're back up there.
Hello everyone. For those who are new to my channel, every year I make a video of my cycling adventures. This year was full of inconveniences, like this construction area. They reminded me of fairground rides, the way that they stuck high into the evening sky. The geese were returning. In March, 2 police officers were killed. Blue ribbons were tied to lampposts across Edmonton in their memory.
Full moon tonight. Brooke definitely reflected it. Today is April 4th. A nice evening. Try to hold it steady for a few seconds at least. Whoops. Here's my finger. The moon's rising. It is April 5th. That looks like it's quite full. Maybe actually slightly smaller. I'll show where I am up on the sound barrier. So 91st is over there. Up on here. See how steadily I can bike. Today is April 21st. Sky is gray. April 22nd, Earth Day. So, quick look around It is raining. I am caught in my first good rainstorm of the year. So yeah, I foolishly put my inner coat inside my backpack, but now I'm a little bit too lazy to kind of get it out, even though I am a little bit chilled. As long as I keep up a good pace, I should be okay though. Well, wish me luck.
Fortunately, the rain didn't continue.
Not the darkest storm in the world, but it was still a pretty good storm. Glad to have gotten out of it. But it's all good. Dried off, my quick dry pants worked well. And sun is out, birds are singing. It's actually pretty nice now.
This deer is missing her ears. I'm not sure why, but maybe she had an unfortunate bout of frostbite.
So far this year, I've only seen 2 deer. That one, and then there's another one. There's the other one. I'm also looking up. He was ignoring me just a moment ago. So this is May 8th. Beautiful rainbow. And a partial double rainbow as well. You can kind of see it. Just barely. Yeah, beautiful. This is a much needed rain. I'm getting wet, but yeah, the wildfires have been going on all over Alberta, and finally we're having some rain, which is great. Hopefully it'll kind of calm things down. There. Very nice. It's a little more prominent in another part of the sidewalk, but you can definitely see the rain has been pretty heavy. It's kind of pushed all the loose debris around.
The much-needed rain would do little to stop the wildfires. There were a couple of weeks where I couldn't cycle as the smoke was so bad. This rain, however, helped stimulate the plants for the growing season.
Morning. So today is May 23rd. Just wanted to show you. Finally able to ride my bike again. There's thunderstorms, clouds everywhere on the horizon. It did rain a little bit last night, and the sky is looking pretty decent. So I decided to go for it. Wind is coming from the wrong direction though, but well, it's going to keep the smoke away. Got myself good with that one. Oops. Easy days for filming. I'm going to slow down a bit more.
The next day wasn't much better. I spotted a coyote at the gas plant. 2 ravens were keeping an eye on him, probably hoping to get a little food if he found anything to eat.
So, I might have made a little error in judgment. It's not raining, but there is a mist in the air, so it's making everything absolutely wet. I'm just going to turn the camera on here and show you how much drops there are on my glasses. It's kind of making it a little hard to see, but it's still fun. It's not too cold, so that's all good. So I just stepped out, and it's a little bit windy. This should be an interesting ride home.
I can understand that trees and power lines don't mix, but they really butchered everything here. It was a little frustrating no longer seeing all the beautiful treetops. I also felt for any birds that might have been nesting in the trees. Still, life goes on. It was fun spotting the annual flowers along the bike path. Vetch always has nice subtle variations in color. Summer had arrived, and I visited a community garden on an alternate route. It was lovely to take a few minutes to see all of the plants growing. I liked the odd shapes of the plots, as it felt a little more organic rather than the usual rectangular plots. Of course, my eyes were drawn to the flowers. They also had a bee hotel to attract pollinators into the area. Looks like it's in use, too. Smoky days continued. Despite the red light, people were still able to get out for some exercise. It made my favorite section with the trees look extra pretty. The downtown skyline was barely visible. Along this section, I had flushed out a grouse one day. I kept seeing these birds throughout the year and eagerly looked for them. Like a watched pot, they never showed up when I wanted to see them. The smoke haze made my shadow weak. Common groundsel is found across the globe, and one of those plants that has many herbal uses. but also can cause liver damage when taken for a long time.
Ended up stopping, pick up some garbage, and couldn't regain my momentum. Now we're walking. Dang. I came down here hoping to come and watch the ducks from the pond, and the little bridge is closed. We'll have to go to some of the other viewpoints, but oh well.
This explains why I didn't visit the pond very much this year, as the bridges were, and still are, closed. It was an enjoyable morning though, with lots of coots, and I was rewarded with seeing one of the muskrats swimming about. I also saw the deer with no ears again.
Great image.
She seems to be managing all right.
It's 2 cropped ears for some reason. I've not figured that out. Today is August 24th. You see a bit of a smoke haze in the distance because you can't really see downtown. Tasted a little bit in the air too. Construction site is still going strong. That's just a portion of it, of course. It is August 25th and foggy today.
The fog was a nice treat, and was certainly easier on the lungs than the smoke.
It's kind of interesting. It's less foggy here. The point of this is the spider webs. Trying to catch the spider webs. They look like blankets or little handkerchiefs dropped into the grass.
I finally managed to get some close-ups of the spider webs.
Funnel web spiders.
I had also made some changes to prevent further bike theft.
Private parking garage. Park my bike. Hang my stuff up.
It definitely cut down on the worry. This was another foggy day.
So this is September 6th, I think. And you can see here the trees are already turning yellow. And it's a very foggy day. The mist is actually precipitating onto my glasses, and it's kind of making it hard for me to see as well. Oh, this is pretty. Wrench. Oh. 29th, I think. And just looking at the moon, it's big, it's red. It's just coming over the treetops there. Awesome. Ride home in the dark. There's got some safety gear on, my lights on my head too, so yep, keeping myself safe. It's still damn dark. Light stuff up there. Oh, this isn't going to be the footage that I thought it was. I was hoping to get some beautiful, you could see the trees and everything, but no. Oh, you can't even see the moon now. Well, I'll show where I'm going instead. There we are. Nice night. It's supposed to get down to about 2 degrees Celsius tonight, and it's already pretty cold. It's about 9 degrees when I went to work, and I can feel it. It's colder than that right now, because I've been riding now for about maybe 10 minutes or so. I haven't been going very fast, but I'm not warming up, so yeah, not so good. Winter is a-coming.
This is sped up as I wanted to show the mosque's lights changing colors.
Good morning. So today is September 30th, Truth and Reconciliation Day. It's a fall morning with a bit of frost on the leaves this morning. Unfortunately, instead of getting a holiday, I'm off to work. But, oh well. Oh yeah, I also saw a couple of grouse. Unfortunately, I didn't get video of them, but they were right beside a grocery store, kind of running, and I slowed down, hoping that they wouldn't try to fly out on the road, which had a bunch of vehicles coming as well. But there was 2 of them. It was pretty cool. So I guess they are moving into Edmonton, so hopefully they'll become a more common sighting in the valley. That would be really cool to see.
For now, I enjoyed seeing the fall colors overhead.
It's October 12th. Oh, they're just shaking. See if there's a train there, sitting there, waiting for whatever reason. I'll have to keep moving.
The life of a commuter cyclist is full of stops and starts. It takes more energy to restart than to keep a constant pace.
Again, the camera isn't doing it justice. There is a lot more orange in there. Details on the clouds. Oh, here comes a seagull. Or there goes the seagull. Lovely. Lovely, lovely morning. It's nice and warm, probably about 12 degrees right now. It's supposed to rain. Right now, not seeing it. It's good. I didn't get wet. And I'm not sure what happened here. There's a good story in that for sure. The lamppost, nowhere near the road. Nearest road is right there. Somebody joyriding in the schoolyard? I don't know.
The sunrises continued to push later and later into the morning, so my rides were more and more in darkness. The construction site continued on. Every morning was interesting. Getting to see the changing colors in the sky was a treat. There is a homeless population in Edmonton, like in many cities, and recently I've been seeing more of them around. One person had set up their tarps and tent walls in the space behind the bus stop. It was quite clever, as it would be hard for any authorities to see them from the street. By this day, however, they were gone, likely told to move on.
It's gone.
Not knowing when the last day of cycling will be is always a challenge. Like living life in general, it makes me appreciate each day that I can ride my bike to work.
Safely stashed.
The weather continued to hover around freezing. A snowfall in October made me stop cycling for about a week, but then melted away with the warm weather. Still, I had to bundle up, especially for the early morning rides.
I should have like some sort of... Oh, this is awkward. Oh. I don't know if this is how I used to do it. I can't remember what I used to do last year. I know I rode in the cold, but I don't remember it being quite like this. Oh, sorry, I'm going to be a bit muffled here. But we had our first snowfall yesterday, and I decided that the snow had pretty much melted off of all the roads and sidewalks, enough that I can go and give it a try. I think it's supposed to warm up later this week, back up to about 2 degrees Celsius. But right now I think it's about -8 Celsius, I think. I could be wrong on that. But it is chilly. The helmet has kind of left some gaps in around my head. So I'm not sure how I used to do this. I feel like I used to put something on underneath. And today, this wasn't in the weather forecast, but there is a skiff of snow. And if I pan over there, there's actually an accident at the corner there. It's kind of backing the traffic up. It's a slow ride, but trying to keep her steady, keep her straight, keep her upright. Today is November 7th, and there's a lot of late flying geese actually. Very neat. Like everywhere. Don't know if they'll stay here for the night, but they probably will head off some nearby lake, maybe Telford Lake. They're ready to go. So, this is the next morning. This is November 8th, I think. And, all the geese are gone. Headed on their way.
The good weather continued into November. Some afternoons were a delight, especially when the sun shone. Sometimes my videography works out. I was cycling with the camera pointing almost backwards to catch my shadow. It looked like I was riding a penny farthing.
Another flock just landed. It was kind of too bad. I was crossing the street when they flew right overhead. Oh, that was a cool moment. Not as many as yesterday, but still very cool to see.
It was great seeing the flocks coming into land, and then hearing them honk to each other.
Started to snow. It was actually really icy at first, like little bits of icy hail almost. Not accumulating yet, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
And on a different night, with better weather, I cycled around to look at some of the Christmas lights.
Oh, that's pretty.
I wanted to see the house that is decked out with lights at Halloween and Christmas.
So this is November 18th, and our snow that was here about a month ago definitely melted a long time ago. So it's been a very unusual fall. Not complaining though. I get to ride my bike longer, which is always nice. So I've never come and seen this house in winter before. Not that I'm not sure you could call this winter. Almost fell over. I love it. I love that snowman. That is so fun. Look at that. That wiggle. There's even stuff on the inside. So fun. Oh, what's that? Little outpost over there.
It was fun taking a few moments and looking at the lights, especially that dancing snowman.
Because the no ears on.
The days continued to get shorter, with the sun setting at around 4:30.
Oh, stop. And to go up a bump single-handedly.
The construction looks like it's still going strong, even in the winter months. This corner, too, is still busy with construction. It seems like the joke about Canadian seasons is changing to almost construction, construction, still construction, and winter construction. Emergency vehicles are a common sight along this road due to the fire station being there.
Not going to be the most amazing footage, but there's a couple of grouse out there. Kind of fun to see.
There was another day where I saw several grouse on the other half of the gas plant. They really are cute birds, especially watching them run across the ground.
We have this thing. It's going to be a solar powered something. I thought they were installing a light, but it looks like it's just a solar power generator. Not sure for what. Maybe they'll add a light in the future, I'm not sure.
The rising sun looked so beautiful by the skating rink. And I admired these oak leaves that had dried into a lovely shade of pink. And finally, it was December.
Good morning. So today is December 1st. You can see on the ground, not much. That's just frost. No snow. So might as well keep on going. Camera around. Just a quick view of myself. So haven't really done too much to change things up. Still using the scarf. And I've only got 4 layers on today instead of 3. This is starting to feel like the limits of what I can do without a winter coat. So, also just noticed there's a little bit of a sundog. You can see off to the left there. Oops, just covered it up. Right there. A little bit of a rainbow color. Parhelia is the scientific name. Only one though. Not reflecting off the other side. Very cool. Not the crispest shadow, but oh well. It's been knocked over now.
December 1st was my last day to cycle. I am still hopeful that the ice will melt enough that I can get my bike out again. Thank you so much for watching my cycling through the seasons. Please leave a comment below. And as always, thanks for watching.